According to Harvard law professor Laurence Tribe, in a recent op-ed for the Financial Times, Donald Trump could in fact be prosecuted and jailed for the pardons that he has been issuing over the last few weeks here. Now, Tribe is very well respected in the legal community. He knows what he's doing. He knows what he's talking about. I have nothing but respect and admiration for Laurence Tribe. He has been at Harvard for 50 years teaching law. He has argued, I think, about 40 cases in front of the U.S. Supreme Court. This dude isn't a Rudy Giuliani. He actually knows what he's doing. Laurence Tribe is also a bit of a celebrity. He's got 1 million followers on Twitter, goes on cable news regularly. And so I think this op-ed was mostly written to generate clicks. Now, his legal arguments, they're absolutely sound. They're absolutely sound, and he is absolutely correct with his analysis. But Laurence Tribe knows as well as I do that there is no possibility something like this would ever happen or could ever happen. And it's not because, nobody's going to hold it. It's not about that. It's about one simple fact that Laurence Tribe knows, that we know, that all of us in the legal community know, and that is intent. With obstruction of justice, you have to have intent. Now listen, we all also know that the pardons that Trump has been throwing out to people like Manafort, people like Roger Stone, and all the other people who were also involved in the Russia probe, we know the intent was to make sure nobody squealed. We know that. Could I go and argue that in front of a jury right now? No. Because you can't walk into a courtroom and just be like, guys, come on, right? Look, we all know that's not a sound legal argument. And that's why, even though we all know it, we know the intent is there, not one of us can legitimately, without a doubt, prove it. The burden of proof is always going to be there, especially with intent. You would actually have to have something to back it up. An eyewitness, which is the least, reliable thing you could have. But if you had an eyewitness, if you had text messages or emails or other, saved communications showing some kind of quid pro quo, if you will, if you do not squeal on me, I will give you a pardon. That would be obstruction of justice. That would be the intent. That would be a way to prosecute Donald Trump for these pardons. Nobody has these things as far as we know. And that's why I think the intent behind this article was dishonest. Because Tribe knows. Tribe knows that you're not going to ever prosecute Donald Trump. And even if you could, even if you did, even if this administration said, hell yeah, the Biden administration coming in, even if they said, hell yeah, we're going to prosecute him for the pardons, it wouldn't go anywhere. Because it couldn't go anywhere. Because you have to be able to prove intent. You can't just walk into court and say, I feel it, or come on, it's obvious. Sure, it is. We all know what the intent was. We all know what Tribe knows, which is that Trump did these things to obstruct justice. We know that because we're not stupid. And Tribe is not stupid at all. He knows exactly what he is talking about. And he is very good at what he does. I just happen to feel like this op-ed that he put out there is a little disingenuous because we all know this is never going to happen. Doesn't matter if you got a friendly judge, doesn't matter if you got an administration that's not afraid to fight back and investigate. You could have all the best prosecutors in the world. We simply don't have the evidence to prove the intent to show that this was, in fact, obstruction of justice. We all know it was, but can any of you actually prove it in court?